Okay, YouTube, this is how I would have executed the plot points of Doctor Strange 2. Now, the plot point of Doctor Strange 2, that Wanda became a villain. Okay? In the movie, however, it was just presented in a very cheesy, unimaginative way, or where Doctor Strange went to Wanda for help, asking for advice on, and telling Wanda about American Chavez, who is this young teenage girl who has the power to travel between one universe to another in the multiverse scenario. And Wanda just said, "Oh, why don't you bring America Chavez to me?" Whereas when Doctor Strange never revealed to Wanda her name, so then it was just revealed to her that she became the bad guy. She is this Scarlet Witch. Now I know that Wanda became the Scarlet Witch because she suffered, and because of what the events that transpired in WandaVision. Now, you cannot expect the average moviegoer to know about this. If people never know about this, the transition, Wanda being the villain, it is very, very, very jarring and raises a lot of what the heck's happening kind of thing. Everybody will be scratching their heads. Okay? Even I, who knew that she was the Bat Woman and know some of her backstory, I find it very jarring. A movie must be self-contained to tell a story. At least you must have some story, some scenes and some explanation or some exposition scene to tell you why Wanda became bad. Now, so basically, if I were a screenwriter executing the movie, I would have this. I would start off the movie with Doctor Strange, right? Having a premonition that something's wrong with Wanda and trying to help her because he knew that she suffered a lot and she was trying to help her to heal emotionally. And you tell her that if you do not heal emotionally, okay, you will be susceptible to being tempted to abuse your power either on your own self or being influenced by enemies that you might not even know of, like that woman featured in WandaVision, who pretended to be a friend and everything. You see, so like that, you bring straight away, the audience knows that there is events that happen in that Westview story, the WandaVision story, and then Wanda will be talking and say yes I know, blah blah blah, but then you have scenes to show Wanda really, really fighting off not an audible voice like schizophrenic audible voice, but an inner personal decision and temptation to abuse her magic powers, her abilities, her powers, her experiences, to try to get back her twins, despite knowing that the twins are not hers, or rather not real. Okay, so and then you show Doctor Strange battling some monster, okay, or confronting some bad guys or whatever, and then out of the blue, right, you have American Chavez appeared just as he defeated the bad guy or some random bad guy, and then this horrific monster charges through, and then Doctor Strange defeats defeats the monster that was chasing American Chavez and rescues her, but she also tries to run away from him, and he's very perplexed, and when she finally catches him, okay, he reveals then there's sort of exposition drop dialogue where they will talk about her being the traveler, and Doctor Strange will reveal to her that he also had dreams or premonition or dreams saying that someone a person like you exists, and it's very important that you do not get captured by the enemy, right? So, right? So this will be a much better way, because now you get the hinting that Wanda is tempted to abuse her power to look for her twins. You are setting up a maybe she's the one. Is she going or is she not going to yield to temptation, right? Then you will have, the American Chavez say, oh, I'm free from now, there's no monster chasing me. So she wants to eat, she wants to blah blah blah, and then there's exposition draw, and Doctor Strange like bring her to Kamatage and everything, and then they meet Wong there, and then you have Wong also training people and showing how badass his sorcery skills, his fighting skills are as the Sorcerer Supreme. Okay, and then you can have a hint of Benedict being a bit jealous of Wong, but and then later you bring in Christine getting married and Doctor Strange finding out and being a bit pissed off, being a bit saddened by it, but because of American Chavez, he's no choice. He has to stay a low profile and doesn't want to attend the wedding, because that will make him vulnerable and he'll be away from Kamatage and everything. So you see, and then he also shows that that he also had to make sacrifices. You see, then you have then you have scenes showing how Wanda is truly struggling with the inner temptation, and then finally she gives in to the temptation. She literally becomes delusional, although she knew as Wanda Maximoff that the twins that she had with Vision are not real. They're created by magic. They don't really exist. But when she gave in to the delusion, okay, to the temptation to abuse her power and she wants to travel to another multiverse, stay there, and become mother to the twins in that specific universe, right? She becomes delusional and sort of get taken over by the power of the Scarlet Witch or something like that, and now she finally gives in. You have a scene of that, of her struggling, and then finally she sort of loses it and she takes on the full Scarlet Witch persona. Now she volunteers, she volunteers, okay? She volunteers to help Doctor Strange, fully intending to look after, fully intending to capture American Chavez and absorb her power, kill her, and then go and look for her children, go to her children in another multiverse. And then you have a bit of chase scenes here and there and fighting scenes, everything. And then eventually you can have the same plot point as in the original movie, where you have American Chavez basically allowing her to go to her boys, and then letting her, and then finally, Wonder Vision realizes that she can never be replaced. She can never replace that Wonder Vision that Wanda Maximoff in that original universe. The boys will never accept her as their mother, and it'll be all for nothing. And then finally she repents, turns back. She destroys all the dark magic book, and then that's the story. You see, instead of having so many jump scenes, jump from universe to universe to universe, then finally end up in that universe, where she meets the other Christine, who is a scientist. I just think that there was too much fluff in that original movie, and there was not enough explanation as how Wanda Maximoff became corrupted to become the Scarlet Witch. She was trying to abuse her power. You see? So I think it was just a waste of a movie. There was no dramatic tension. There was people who do not know that Wanda Maximoff suffered so much in that WandaVision TV series will be saying, what's going on? How did she become from becoming a very loving person to becoming, you know, a loving person, sweet person, a good person, a heroine, a hero, an avenger, to becoming the Scarlet Witch who is ready to murder a teenage girl to gain her power so that she can her voice back. You see, it is just such a what's going on movement in the movie. The movie must be self-contained. Okay, you cannot expect people who watch MCU movies to either subscribe to Disney Plus. Okay, movies must be an entire enjoyment experience in and of itself. You cannot expect people to go and subscribe to Disney Plus before they watch